It's Thursday, May 28th.
Right.
Yes.
And I'm here on the 2015. I'm here at the Fly Club with
Ahmed Yearwood.
and tell us about you.
Tell me about me. Oh gosh, Harvard 95. Here for my 20th reunion. Glad to be back. Love being at the Fly, connecting with old friends and meeting new. In real life, I have an ad agency in New York.
Great. And then my old friend.
I'm Sakowitz, who everybody at the Fly Club used to call Sack. And I am here listening to and admiring and having fun with my long-standing friend. We don't say old friends anymore, it's a little past that now. But my long-standing friend Charlie Atkinson, who we remember from not only the Fly Club, but also then when he came down to help develop with the Woodlands Inn, which is north of Houston. And Charlie and I have been, of course, always discussing how to cure and at least resolve the problems of the world. And I'm here with my girlfriend and new wonderful partner, Marianne Bruvel.
Hello, Marianne.
Hi, Charlie.
And what do you make of what we're talking about?
I think it's making a lot of sense, and I think there's a lot of work to be done.
There's a lot of work to be done.
No question.
And I'm
So, and what do you think, Charlie?
I'm excited here. 2 years ago, I was flat on my back at Spaulding Hospital, and I couldn't go to my 55th reunion. So 20 members of the class came to see me, and we celebrated the 55th reunion at Spaulding Hospital. And here it is 2 years later.
Wonderful.
And I'm
Sitting at the Fly Club.
sitting at the Fly Club.
I'm having my 55th.
And it's your 55th.
It's my 55th. It's
Your
exactly
53rd.
my 55th. Here I am.
So,
Absolutely.
Isn't that
And good to be with Charlie.
That's really exciting. And so we're talking about, it's funny, when you're young, you talk about what you're going to do tomorrow. And after you get to be for your 20th reunion, or your 40th, or your 60th, or which is I'm coming up on, you start thinking about long term. It doesn't make any sense.
That's what you call an oxymoron.
Exactly.
But
That's
so
already dropped
I'm
out of your
completely devoted to my long-term plan now, and the plan we have that we're talking about today is taking my experience and the needs of the hospital industry, where the American Hospital Association says the patient has responsibilities too, and to make an impact on their own lifestyle and not leave it all to healthcare services.
I think we call that literally around the world today, and especially in America, take control of yourself.
Yeah,
Right.
your own life
And
and your
a
own
friend of mine wrote a
responsibility.
song recently called Take Control of Your Life, a fellow by the name of Paul Hampton, and he's trying to get some people to help him publish it and tie it on. He had, one of the singers who has a show on Broadway right now. But in any case, it really is that same theme that
Yeah.
you're talking about. Take control of your life.
And it's so much part of where we've come from that whether you're Democrat, Republican, or Independent, we all know we're in the nanny state where we're expected to be taken care of cradle to grave. And we now realize that the tools and the power have shifted to the people, which they talked about in the 60s, power to the people.
But now you have the implementation process.
Now the people have the power, but they don't have the process. They don't, and so what we're talking about today is taking what I call the Atkinson protocol to have every person have their own transformational plan, to have goals, to have strategy, to structure that they can apply to their own lives as they go through the healthcare journey. Many of them get to the ICU and hoping for recovery, and then get into rehabilitation, which I did. The community is a big gap where the community is not providing the help that's needed.
Excuse me, but do you have a red tail and horns? Satan?
I
just brought
digress.
those things.
These are called
Evil.
fat pills.
Yeah, exactly.
And these fat pills
We want all
cause,
Take a fat pill.
cause the wheat belly. And the wheat belly is caused by civilization. We have chronic diseases that are caused by civilization. And the cause of civilization was grain and wheat.
Yeah.
And so I have learned,
I'm not a huge partaker of grain and wheat. I just want that to be noted.
I have, on April 1st, I finally broke the code. And I have lost 12 pounds in the last
Hey, good for you.
8 weeks.
On gluten-free or just not eating any?
No added sugar
Sugars.
and no grains, if you possibly can avoid them. And I'm talking about corn, wheat, rice, barley, oats, and no